because they had stars, all the star-bellied Sneetches would brag. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the star-bellied children went out to play, could the plain bellies join them in their game? Not at all. You could only play ball if your bellies had stars, and the plain-bellied children had none upon theirs. When the star-bellied Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow roasts, they never invited the plain-bellied Sneetches, left them out in the dark cold of the beaches, kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treat them year after year. Then one day it seems, while the plain-bellied Sneetches were moping, just moping along on the beaches, sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, up zipped a stranger in the strangest of cars.
My friends,
He announced in a voice clear and keen,
my name is Sylvester McMonkey. I've come here to help you. I have a meeting. My pastor alone I live in Pittsburgh, and I work as a 100% guarantee.
Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. Then he said, they clambered inside and the big machine roared. It bonked, it clonked, it jerked, it burped, it bopped them around, but the thing really worked. When the plain-bellied Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did have stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars from the start.
We're exactly like you. You can tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you goofy old monkeys. Now we can come to your Frankfurter party.
Groaned the ones who had stars from the first. They all frowned. Then up stepped McBean with a very sly wink, and he said,
things are not as quite as bad as you think. You don't know who's true that is perfectly true. But come with me, friends, do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best speeches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 each. Belly stars are no longer in style.
said McBean. That handy machine, working very precisely, removed all their stars from their bellies quite nicely. Then with snoots in the air they paraded about. They opened their beaks and proceeded to shout. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his stars off machine. Then, of course, from then on, you can probably guess, things really got into a terrible mess. All the rest of the day on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie was fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again, through the machine and back round about again. Still paying money, still running through, changing their stars every minute or two, until neither the plain nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went, and he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm happy to say the Sneetches got quite a bit smarter that day. That day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had won or not upon bars.